Hello, welcome back to the Beastlands. I'm Castle, and this is my stupid face. Thanks for coming back and hanging out with us once again as we journey deeper into the forgotten lands known as Meadowland. We're going to do a quick recap, but I'd like you to know that we're currently holding a contest. It is an art contest. Any kind of fantasy art is welcome. We don't have any applicants, meaning it's going to be really easy for you to win. So drop us an email with your application to Call of the Beastlands at google.com. Without further ado, here's our show.
Around this time, the others that were investigating the generator room would have been coming back up, and you're following. Oh wait, is Ethan back yet? I know I already asked that, but
I can't hear him. Can anyone hear me?
can you guys hear Gizzard?
Kinda. He's pretty quiet back there.
I think he's using the wrong mic.
You might be using the wrong mic there, sir.
Because I feel like I was listening to a radio broadcast 2 rooms over.
For sure. I can't actually hear him on my headphones because he's in the same room as me, so.
Mm-hmm.
That looks kind of nice with the little icon there.
Yeah. Soon.
I spilled pepper all over my laptop.
Spilled coffee on your laptop?
Pepper.
Oh, dude. That's very sneezy.
Yeah. It was.
Anyway, the good Dr. Zimmerman comes strolling out of that center door. Gizzard, you're standing right in front of it. And behind him is the form of a large mechanical creature with a crystalline tank embedded in its chest with the decomposing body of a gnome. And behind that is you. Hello, owl subject. Move aside for the head researcher. And he goes clunk, clunk, clunk out into the hallway. Everyone else should be approaching from the south around this time.
I light a match.
I'm gonna go,
Oh,
what
so
is
we
that?
all-
And pull out my freaking gauntlet blades again.
Dirt just only has one expression. There it is. Pretty much that.
Yeah.
I'm going to go into stealth mode here.
He says, "Greetings, descendants of test subjects. He seems to glitch out for a second. Am Dr. Clyde Voltage Smith.
Yes,
I
I'm
am-
translating this.
Resuming control over the compound."
You don't
Does that mean you're going to
control
stop it
me.
from blowing up?
Dr. Zimmer pushes up his glasses and says, "That has already been taken care of for the moment.
Do you eat?
Not in many, many years.
Can you?
I'll be the one asking the questions around here, subject.
I'm offering you a meal.
No, thank you. It doesn't work through the glass. He tinks his tank. I don't have
Well-
time for pleasantries. I've given to a mission. I need to go and repair some terminals in the security room. I expect you all to clear out before the remaining security systems come online into, shall we say, aggressive mode. And he starts clunking off down the hallway towards the wrecked security room.
I look at
Come, Zimmerman. It is not safe to be away from my side. What'd you say?
I look at Gizzard and you and go, they know there's probably slimes in these tubes, right?
I translate it.
That's why we're reactivating the security systems. Please try to keep up. I understand that this is somewhat out of your depth, but we are experts.
I say we set him on fire.
Well, that's
Experts
fine.
is exactly what I would hope.
I mean, I suppose this is their home after all. If they want us to
Let's
leave,
see.
then so be it. As I am dragging.
He turns around. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but
Mhm.
he turns around and he says, actually, you need to access the archive to get a map for the mission. He opens up the door and pushes some buttons on it, and it stays open in this particular hallway in the center where they came out of. And he does the same for the inner door. He says, mind the bear trap. It thinks it's hungry. And then he goes walking off. What were you saying there, Lesk?
I was just gonna agree with what the doctor had said, and then just say that we should just leave. I wanted to see what the outside of the bunker looked like.
Yeah, of course.
Hmm.
However, he did just open up this set of doors into the second laboratory setting.
Mhm.
If you wish to go in and check the archive like he had suggested.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Right, so the party goes in, and on the right is kind of a lightly vibrating mechanical bear trap tied to a chain. Like, I don't know, radiating malevolence, but standing still. And to the left is this room that has a couple of big open tables kind of overflowing with cloth books and some bookshelves and such. And you see this little three-legged tripod of a creature that swivels over and looks at your group with one eye on the end of a stalk, mechanical stalk. And he kind of retreats back behind some bookshelves.
I'm going to start looking at the books and seeing if there's anything of particular interest or anything.
You go in and you start looking at these bookshelves, and one thing that you notice. Hold on, let me do a thing real quick. Are these little mechanical spiders in the corner, smaller than the ones even that seem to be doing the repairs around here. They could fit in your hand. But they're on like a weaving bench, and they are producing sheets of this cloth with ancient gnome text on it. Yeah.
I don't speak Gnomish.
Yeah. You see this little eye stalk peek around the bookshelf at you, and then when you see it and it notices, like it pulls back.
I'm gonna go investigate the little robot that keeps peeping at us.
Well, let's see. You're pretty stealthy, so you like get behind it as it's trying to peek at you guys, and it is a little tripod creature. I could pull up its stats and show it to you. Oh, sorry, it's got 2 legs. My bad. But it's like made of brass and lets out a little bit of steam from some vents in its sides. Does everyone see that okay? Yeah, cool.
What?
And like when it notices you, it damn near jumps out of its frame and it goes skittering away underneath one of the tables.
Is that a real eye in its socket?
It looks pretty real.
I want to go back to the regular Beastlands. This is freaking me out, man.
Technically, the Beastlands as it is now is after this. This is how it used to be.
Yes, you can
Okay,
see
you
their
just lost
savagery.
me.
Does this mean we have to go back to the future?
Gizzard, you hear a voice in your mind saying, please vacate before I activate the security systems. I assure you there's nothing here of value.
That means there's something here. Oh wait, I couldn't hear that.
Only Gizzard hears it.
Do I feel like I can reply back?
I mean out loud.
All right, I'm just out loud gonna say, oh, there is absolute value in knowledge. Knowledge is always value.
I mean, okay, you got me there, but please, just don't hurt anything. I work very hard on maintaining this archive.
Derek apparently missed that boat.
How do the bookshelves look, and how does the overall quality of like everything look?
Pretty well managed. This doesn't appear to be a 300 to 500-year-old archive. In fact, everything seems really clean, and the books seem new. For the most part, some of them are showing signs of age, especially the ones that are on the table. And following that train of thought, you realize that those are currently being reprinted by the spiders in the corner, the little spider weaver bots.
Is there any way to discern what is the most recently restored or published book?
You could always ask.
I don't know. I can't talk to these things.
I'm just gonna say you have done an amazing job.
Well, thank you. I take pride in my work, although it has gotten quite boring over the years. I've read every book in this place at least 200 times. But such is the life of a servitor. My name is Poe. And
Does
he kind of...
smoke opium?
What's that?
Does he smoke opium?
He doesn't appear to have a mouth.
But he has an eye.
But he has an eye.
Now,
Hey.
how does he talk?
Are you saying this out loud?
A teapot.
Aside to
Strange creatures here.
you hear a voice in your mind saying, I am far from the strangest creature in the room, I assure you.
Well, we do have Dirk.
Walk up.
Sorry, Dirk, you're cutting out, man.
No.
Not better.
So,
Test.
Poe, could I ask you any question that would be relevant to the information in this room, and could you answer that?
I probably could, but like, what do I get out of it?
What would you like?
New information would be great. Where are you from?
Outside.
You appear to show traits of documented research projects.
What exactly does that mean?
Exactly what I said. He opens up a hatch in his chest. That last one only Lesk heard. It seems that he can only speak with one person at a time. But he opens up his chest and a book floats out. And it lands on the table and the pages start turning themselves. And he says, here we are. Let's see. Test subject 453. Owl. Looks like the last documented entry showed enhanced intelligence in the test subjects and manipulation of the bone structure to enable manipulation of tools with the wings. Yeah, it's interesting stuff.
That
Seems to be referring to a diagram of an owl folk that is in the book with some like scrawling text, like a researcher's notebook.
I'm gonna summon my chest, open it up, and grab out my little lore book that I have.
Yeah.
And I'm basically gonna just say, this is stories that you've never heard before.
His little eye stalk is like going nuts trying to, get a peek at it. He's like, you don't say.
You see a test subject, but for me, I'm from people. They have culture, and there's different peoples with different cultures. And this is full of stories from all those cultures that happened after you got stuck here.
So he seems to be vibrating with suppressed energy. He says, so, can I read it?
Are you?
I haven't tried to leave. The blast doors have always been closed. I haven't had any researchers in the archive in, let's see, nearly 500 years, it feels like.
Poe, is there any book in here on the history of the bunker or like blueprints or schematics or something?
He kind of swivels an eye at you, and he says, of course. What is an archive for?
Where would I find that?
Bookshelf 4, row 3, 2 books in, titled Compound 33.
Okay, thank you. And One more thing. Just remember, when you're trading information with the wizard from the blizzard by the name of Gizzard, you're gonna learn a story that you never heard before. It don't rhyme, but it's good.
Hey, that was pretty impressive.
That was lovely. Thank you.
So, can I read the book?
Can we read these books?
If you promise not to take anything.
I won't take anything that wouldn't walk out itself.
Indeed. So he seems to telekinetically lift the book out of your hand, and it like hovers there in front of him, flipping pages at a pretty quick rate.
I'm gonna look for like any kind of arcane research or like how these any schematics for how these robot dudes work.
You're looking for what, like automaton manuals and shit?
Yeah. Or anything along those lines.
Well, you do find like a section of the library dedicated to different schematics of automatons, but the unfortunate thing is that they all seem to be written in a different code, like each one separately encoded from each other.
Would it be possible for like a bestiary of some type, just to see if this weird place has different type of creatures and whatnot?
Oh, let's see. They're under bestiary. Let's see. You find a couple of adventure journals that are written by a pair of ancient wizards, but they're in Gnomish. So actually, you don't find anything. Sorry, what? You're cutting out again.
Sorry, I was asking if there was any on there or something I can see it.
You were asking if there was
Pictures.
pictures? Oh, like a picture book? I mean, yeah, like
Yeah.
the problem is like you can't read the titles or anything. But if you pull out some random books, you can definitely like see random sketches of different stuff out of context.
Okay. I was
but a solid.
Oh,
go ahead.
Did that look like?
I am having the hardest time deciphering the gibberish that is coming out of your microphone right now.
Let me try to sign back in. Hold
on. Anyway, like a solid minute and a half goes by, and O is done with the book. And it floats back over to you, Gizzard, while you're still trying to decide on a book to grab. And he says, I need more. That was exhilarating. I haven't had new input in so long. Do you have any?
Unfortunately, I don't have any more with me.
He visibly slumps.
But
don't we have actually one more book, being the Harvester's Guide? I don't know how much new information that may provide, but it is a book itself.
I mean, I've also got my spell book, but I'm not just going to show that to just anyone.
Yeah. He's like, I would read a Harvester's Guide. That sounds interesting.
Do I find anything interesting in the book on the blueprints of the compound?
You do find a map of the compound for sure. You can't like tell the notations, what every room is supposed to be, but you can see the layout of it. And it looks like the other side of the compound is like a second wing, almost identical to this one, but reversed. And let's see, the cafeteria and living quarters are clearly laid out along with the generator room. And then there's a second floor, which is beneath you, that seems to be dedicated to manufacturing.
Well, what do you think? I'm speaking to everybody.
It's a bunch of squares.
Would you like to color them?
Maybe.
Do not.
Yeah, Post said the same thing. Please don't.
You want to come along with me?
Oh my God, yes. I can be useful, I swear. I have a mastery over the written word, and yeah, I could. Yeah.
Show us.
Have you ever had a familiar?
Follow us on all major social media, Discord, Twitch, and as always, thank you for joining us, and we hope to see you again next week.